It has been a truly action-packed season here on Survivor Santa Clara. Nearly 70 days ago, 18 students started their journey as Survivor players. They were split into 3 tribes based on their majors: arts and sciences, business, and engineering. The engineering tribe struggled early on in challenges.
Arts and science!
Leaving the engineers in despair.
I don't know about that one.
The pieces must have moved. Only one tribe will be winning immunity. Arts and sciences win immunity! Engineering and business will be going to tribal council tonight, voting out half the tribe before the tribe swap. Inba, Cole, Ben, tribe has spoken. At the tribe swap, complex social dynamics emerged on the Bari and Dowd tribes.
Oh my god! I just called him and told him to bring the idol in.
Outplay it. Isaiah, tribe has spoken.
I told Sam that me, Oliver, and Mia are an alliance, and he believes me.
Business entered the merge with a dominant 5,
Tonight has to be a non-business major, and then we have you.
but quickly lost their hold.
Business has got to be broken up.
Feel nice to get my get back.
Players made big moves, but as they became threats, they were voted out.
I would like to play this for myself tonight.
Sam, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
After weeks of fierce competition, we're down to the final 5. Anna, Elise, Mia, Carter, and Mac were balanced with 2 engineers, 1 arts and science, and 2 business. Who will have what it takes to win it all? This is the season finale of Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. Come on in, guys. The final 5, getting smaller every week.
Today's the day that I really need to win. I said a lot of dramatic stuff apparently yesterday, the last tribal.
I kind of want Carter gone, but also like, should I take Carter to the end because he'd be easy to beat? I don't know. I kind of think Anna or Elise has to go. They're kind of too good at the game, but I think one of them has an idol, so then that's an issue.
I have an idol. But today I still want to win, obviously, because I think that would open up my options, and if I could play it for someone else, probably Elise.
I feel bad for making Anna vote out Sam, but honestly, I've had to vote out so many of my close alliances. Last night's tribal was still somehow insane. At the last minute, Mac was trying to switch the vote to Clara. I'm so thankful that didn't happen.
There was a lot of whispering. I wanted to maybe switch the vote and get him out instead of Sam.
I need a win today, though. I really do.
I am really trying to make it to final 3. Whoever was praying for your local engineer, thank you.
All right, before we get to today's challenge, Anna, first things first, I gotta take back the necklace. And once again, immunity is back up for grabs. In today's challenge, you guys will be competing in a Survivor challenge known as Bow Diddly. You guys will each balance a ball on your bow. The first 10 minutes, you guys will not be on the beam. All of the people that reach the 10 minutes will have a break period to transition to balancing on the beam. We'll go for 20 more minutes there. Anyone remaining will then do the same thing, but on 1 foot. Last person standing, however long that is into the challenge, wins immunity, guaranteed a 1 in 4 shot at Survivor Santa Clara. I know it's worth playing for today after all the hard work you guys have put in this quarter. We'll drop for spots. Let's get started.
Never back up, out the frame.
All right, this challenge is on. From right to left, we have Carter, Anna, Mia, Mac, and Elise competing for a spot in the final 4. Week 8 here, Monday at Santa Clara. Bo Diddley, a classic Survivor challenge. We'll go like this for 10 minutes. Anyone who makes it through that round will get a break to transition to the balance beam. But so far, everyone is looking super stable and still, which is a good sign that this challenge could go on for a while like last week. I know Anna and Elise aren't afraid to spend a Monday afternoon at a challenge. Anna has not moved an inch. Carter a little bit off to the side, but is in equilibrium. Mia also looking super solid so far. And Elise, like a statue just as she was last week with the bucket. We are 5 minutes in, halfway through this first round. Mac with lots of movement now. And we're only on the first round. He corrects for it. Around a minute left. And this first round is all you need to make it. And you'll have a short break to get on that beam and readjust for the second one. 3, 2, 1. That's time. We're gonna adjust. Everyone has a second to get onto the balance beam. If you want to take off your shoes, you can take off your shoes. 10 more seconds for everyone to get their ball in, and then we'll be live. You can take some seconds to adjust here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this challenge is live once again. Anyone that falls off the beam or drops their ball will be out. We are going for 20 minutes here in this round. This is exponentially harder with both balancing on the beam and balancing the bow, because any movement to that bow means you gotta adjust your balance on that beam, and too much could be the end. Anna with a good save at the end of her beam on the beam. Mac moving a lot. Elise, Carter, and Mia have looked rock solid so far. Mac with a lot of movement now. Still managed to balance his ball. Mac falls off his beam. Mac is the first one to drop. We are down to 4. These are the 4 that have been playing hard in these challenges. Half of you guys have won immunity. You know what it feels like to be safe. Anna with a lot of movement, but a good recovery so far. That bow is at a 45-degree angle now. Meanwhile, Carter starting to shake a little bit. Mia has not moved an inch. This could be her challenge today. Elise too, looking rock solid. We are 5.5 minutes in. Anna with some significant movement now, but she recovers. Once again, Carter with some movement for the first time. His ball is drifting. 6 minutes in. Carter with some serious movement of both him on the beam and the ball. Carter falls off. Carter is the second one out of this challenge. Anna also falls off within seconds of Carter. We are down to 2 in a showdown between Elise and Mia. Elise already has 1 immunity under her belt. Mia would love to make it her first today. Both have looked rock solid throughout this entire challenge. Two very different strategies. Elise underhand, Mia overhand. Mia barefoot, Elise in shoes. We are 10 minutes in, halfway through this second round. It could be seconds. Oh, Elise with some movement for the first time. A gentle recovery on the edge now. Elise is still in this. You're still in a challenge until the moment that ball drops. Elise now balancing the ball unevenly, while Mia has kept her ball in the middle pretty much the entire challenge. You guys have been going for 23 minutes. You guys are 3/4 of the way through round 2. You guys got 5 more minutes of this, and then we are moving to 1 foot. You guys have both lasted over double what Anna and Carter lasted on the balance beam. Looks like today was not Carter's day. After all, we only have 1 minute left in this round. We will do a live transition to 1 foot. When I get to 0, your foot must be up. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live again. Both of you guys successfully making the transition so far. Mia falls off just like that, and Elise wins her second individual immunity. It was a matter of seconds between those two. The 1-footed transition proving to decide Mia's fate today. Wow. All right, Elise, come on over. Give me a little 180 here. All right, Elise, congratulations. You've guaranteed yourself a 1 in 4 shot at Survivor Santa Clara. You'll be here next week at the Final 4 challenge. You 4, someone will be the 14th person voted out of Survivor Santa Clara. I'll give you guys the freedom to leave and go strategize, because I know there's going to be a lot of that going on tonight.
I won the challenge. I win the challenge. It hurt, and I'm glad that I didn't give anything away, but I was struggling. Kudos to Mia, because I really thought I was gonna lose that, but thank God I pulled it out.
Elise won, which was perfect, because last week all we said is one of us needed to win immunity and then both of us is safe.
We also did know that if one of us won the immunity challenge today, we would lock up that Final 4 and be decision makers.
Disappointed about the challenge. I'm so bad at balancing, but I do think it's not me tonight. I think it's either Mia or Carter.
Honestly, at this point, I do think that it might be me tonight. There's not much that I can really do. You know, I might have said some crazy stuff on Tribal the last time. That might be the reason why I'm getting voted out. I know Max kind of backstabbed me here.
So I think it's between me and Carter. I talked to Mac. Mac wants Carter gone. I do too. So I thought this was a good one to, you know, collab on.
The talking right now is mainly focused on Carter and Mia, which is like good, like for me, but I'm like, I maybe expected my name to be thrown out, but I'm glad it's not. We're deciding what our play is tonight. So our thought is we tell Mac and Mia that we're voting Carter, and then I play the idol on Carter, and then we vote Mia, us two, and then that would be majority. We're having too much fun. We need to chill. I just want to make a play.
We've set this game up pretty well.
We have set it up.
Yeah, that's why they're not talking right now, because we were thinking like, okay, who could be left? Who could talk to each other?
Because like you would think they would want to vote, like maybe me out. I haven't heard my name at all. And like Elise hasn't, so.
See, and that makes you sad because then you can't just play the idol on yourself and save yourself and then it'd be a huge play because that's what you'd rather do because that's a great play. I personally think it's a big move to have an idol, to have never needed to play it. And we've played this so strategically that we knew we wouldn't have to play it.
We've won the last 4 immunities.
That's crazy to say, to be honest.
I think at the end of the day, it's either going to be me or Mia tonight. I'm hoping Elise worked her magic and got it to be Mia tonight instead of me.
I think we have Anna. We might have Elise. Elise basically just made me pitch myself to her. I don't know. Hopefully it's not me. If not, it's okay. It is what it is. But Mac and I are for sure working out. I think Anna's on board.
It's just hard to see where Elisa's head is at because she's been flip-flopping, but I trust her. I'm voting with her, so.
Shout out to you, Mia, because I am scared of you. I am scared of you in these endurance challenges, and you are someone who I've never had a sway on in the votes. Because we're scared Mia wins, like, I mean, not scared, but like, she could win final immunity.
Then she has a really good story, and that's scarier than like Mac or.
It's scarier than Mac or Carter, objectively.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one tonight. It's going to be tough.
Welcome in Maui Tribe Final 5. Congratulations to you 5 on making it to what would be the finale on a regular Survivor season. Also, bringing in the members of our jury, Oliver, Claire, Katie, Liliana, and Sam voted out the last tribal council. Mia, you had such a strong performance in the challenge today, and in the end, it was seconds that separated you falling from Elise. What was it like to come so close?
Well, I had to get off the beam at some point, innit?
I guess so.
Anyway.
You guys are awfully happy tonight. Someone's going home.
Whoa! Stop. Anyway, keep answering questions.
I mean, not gonna lie, it kind of sucked. Like, that's 30 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. But at least I stood on one foot for like 3 seconds. I wanted to beat little Elise here, and I wanted to wear the necklace, but it's fine. It's whatever.
You're looking at it like it's not necessarily fun. Sorry, continue.
It's high spirits.
High spirits? Okay, I'll go to you then, Mac.
Okay.
Mac, for the second challenge in a row, you were the first person out. Why do you feel
Wow.
Spirits crushed.
Sponge over here.
I feel like this whole, like, ever since the merge, there's always been this, signal of, oh, Mac's gonna win every single challenge. I've won 1 challenge. So I've had to, find different ways to make sure I'm still in the game. I think that shows being in the final 5 and hopefully after tonight too.
So Elise, as the person in the power position tonight, the only one who can't be voted out, what do you base your vote on? Who you're taking to the end, who's a threat, or who's been loyal to you?
For me, it was thinking about exactly what you said, like who am I sitting next to at the end? And I think weighing that even just for 5 people is like something that's like terribly confusing sometimes.
Carter, what's your take?
I could cut to the chase and say that I think it's either me or Mia tonight at the end of the day. I'm not afraid to say names at this point. Like, I've made it interesting before and I'll make it interesting again. Especially if it's going to be Mia on the top of the box today. We all, I'll be political real quick and say that I think we all have a chance of winning, obviously. But I'll make the case that I think Mia has a pretty good chance of winning. She's done a pretty good job of playing the game. And just made some reasons to have a very good for her.
Are you talking about right now or at the end?
At the end.
So I have a question. You two both clearly know that you're voting for each other. What's stopping you from teaming up and trying to grab one other person in?
Take it away.
I think...
Take it away. Take it away.
I think honestly, sometimes your strategy at Tribal is to just get me to talk, to say stupid things.
Carter, you've been very vocal about the possibility of idols. What's your take?
I'm still sticking to what I said last time. Anna, I think you got one. I could be completely wrong. I think Anna has one, but I could be completely wrong.
Sounds like Anna wants to respond.
I think I have it. What should I do with it?
Give it to me. Would gladly take that. No questions asked.
All right, does anyone have anything they'd like to add?
If I get voted out tonight, at least I know it was because I played a really good game and I'm a big threat.
All right, anyone else? All right, it's time to vote. Carter, you're up.
Anna, please be my shooting star.
Honestly, I have no words for you. That was a ridiculous tribal.
Okay, I'll go tally the votes. Alright, for the last time, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and they'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
It's the one that everyone was looking for, but I'm gonna play it for myself. I don't think there's votes for me, but I don't want to go home with it in my pocket.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Anna will not count. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote, Mia. Carter. Vote Mia. One vote Carter. 2 votes left. The 14th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, Mia, needs to bring me a torch. Mia, time to smoke you. It's time for you to go.
Peace out. Catch you later.
Well, Carter, it looks like your shot for the stars, or whatever that was, worked out for you tonight. We started with 18. You guys are the last 4, so congratulations to that. That is all I have for you guys. Head back to campus. Good night.
Honestly, it was so much fun playing this year. Matt, he's canceled. He lied to my face. Anna lied to my face. Elise lied to my face. The only person that's a real one is Sam. Future love of my life. Can't wait to see you formal on Thursday. Kisses.
I'm like nervous but excited. Last challenge, first challenge, I wore this shirt. Last challenge, I'm wearing the shirt. Full circle moment. Just excited to be here, but
I can't believe that I'm here at the Final 4. Honestly, it's been a crazy ride, and the fact that I made it this far is enough to really show how much I've loved the game, how much I've done so far.
It all comes down to this. Like, I think if I tell myself I want it badly enough, then I will.
I'm excited. Just want to get it over with. These last 2 ones have been out first, so the goal is to not only not be out first, but win, obviously. But this one's gonna be a long one. I feel like we all know what it is.
I don't know if I'm ready to stand here forever. Probably standing on a beam, holding like one hand on the statue.
I think we're gonna be standing at that statue for a really long time.
Fingers crossed. One last time. One last time. Let's bring it on.
Final 4. Feeling small now?
Yeah.
Gathered today at this central location at Santa Clara, the Bronco statue. Mac, what do you think we're doing today?
Oh, I wonder. There's some tiny beams and a statue, so something to do with that.
Anna, have you prepared for today in any way? Did you know this was coming?
I kind of knew it was coming. I heard that this was the last challenge last year, and I prepared by walking out the door and being here. So, lots of prep.
All right. Are you guys ready to get to today's challenge?
Yeah.
Not if it means I gotta get.
First things first, Elise, I gotta take it back. Okay, for the last time this season, immunity is back up for grabs, and the stakes are higher than ever today because along with winning immunity, you will choose who you bring with you to the final 3, sending the remaining 2 people to fire making tonight at Tribal Council. So everyone here, that means you have a shot at winning regardless of if you lose tonight. You can make your way to the end through fire. The challenge might not be what you expected it to be though. I heard you guys were thinking of getting a bit tipsy this weekend, so that's exactly what we will be doing. Today, we will be playing a Survivor Classic, a bit tipsy. In this challenge, you have a panel which is on an axle. It is held with a rope and you will have to stack 8 blocks, spelling the word immunity in reverse. Once you've stacked the 8th block, you have to stand up on the balance beam. First person to spell immunity wins immunity, guaranteeing themselves a spot in the final Tribal Council and the biggest decision thus far in this game. I know it's worth playing for. We'll draw for spots. Let's get started. All right, for immunity at the final 4 to guarantee a 1 in 3 shot at Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. Survivors ready? Go! Anna, quick. Elise, quick. Mac drops his first block already. Carter organizing his blocks before he gets started. Elise drops a block. There's a bit of a learning curve to this right from the get-go. This challenge is all about patience and focus. Lots of distractions here. Centrally on campus right next to Benson, the dining hall. And Mac drops and Carter drops. Anna dropped again. Elise places her second. Mac going in for his second block now. People starting to get the hang of it. Mac is moving fast on this. Everyone with 2 blocks except for Anna. Mac almost losing his stack. He is moving faster than anyone else right now. He's past Elise, about to place his 3rd block. Our most elaborate Survivor Challenge build yet. Anna drops again. Elise about to place her 3rd block. Mac about to get his 4th block. Mac is starting to get the hang of it right now just as Carter drops again. Mac has placed his 5th block, making quick work of this challenge. Anna cannot seem to figure out the kinematics of this challenge. Oh no! And Mac drops everything, and just like that, he's got to start over, and Elise is in the lead with 4 blocks. Elise methodically, slowly, calculated. Anna gets her 2nd block. For the first time, Anna's got a block other than a Y. Carter is closing in, and he drops everything. Meanwhile, Elise, slow and steady as she's been this entire challenge. Elise places her 6th block. She's got 2 blocks to go. Mac is making quick progress now. He's gaining on Elise, placing his 6th block. There is some significant movement and Mac loses it all. Elise has been patient this entire challenge. I've said it a million times. Elise getting ready to place. Elise knows that all it takes is one slip. Elise placing her 7th block. She's got 1 block left and Elise loses everything. Everyone is back to square one. And we have a challenge on our hands. You guys have seen how quickly things can change. This is not meant to be easy. We're about 21 minutes into this challenge. The closest anyone got was 7 blocks. Anna with 3. Carter loses just 1 of his blocks. Carter, you gotta go back to get that block up. Mac loses everything. And Carter loses everything after correcting it just seconds ago. Mac loses everything. Mac getting more frustrated with every single attempt. Anna now coming back with her 6th block. Anna makes it back to correct that 5th block and get the 6th block, and Mac loses everything again. We've been going for 30 minutes. The farthest anyone's made it is Elise. Anna now has her 7th block and is making her way back. Anna about to place her 7th block if she can make it there. Anna would be in the lead with 1 block to go, as far as anyone's gotten in this challenge. Anna is reaching back for that 8th and final block, and she has it now. All she's got to do is make her way back to the platform, place the last block, and make it back to that balance beam. Anna is closing in on placing that 8th and final block. She is just a few feet away now. Anna's tower almost just lost everything. Everyone else remaining focused on what they have in front of them. Anna now getting ready to place her 8th and final block and make sure that her pieces are in order. Mac drops everything. He's got to restart. And he's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants a shot at winning this challenge. Anna is just 20 feet away from securing herself a spot in the final 3. Carter's got 7 blocks now. He's picked up his pace a little bit. Anna is just a few feet away now from winning the final challenge this season. Elise loses everything. Anna loses everything. Just 2 feet away from the balance beam, opening the door for Carter to win his first individual immunity. All Carter has to do is stack his last block. Anna was right there. And Carter loses everything. Everyone is back to square one.
I thought you had it.
37 minutes in and we are right back to where we started. Everyone with 1 block on it. Everyone knows what it takes to win and how fine the margins are now. Anna quickly back in the lead again with 3.
Oh, come on.
Carter loses everything. Anna loses everything. Mac loses everything. Anna drops everything. The closest one to Mac right now is Elise, whose strategy this entire challenge has been slow and methodical. Mac places his 8th and final block. And Mac drops everything at 8. Just like Anna, the 8th block is what got him. Anna grabs her 7th block. It is Anna and Elise side by side. We are 54 minutes into this challenge. Anna places her 7th block. She is now closing in on Elise, this time finishing what she couldn't the first, and Mac drops and Anna drops. And it's Elise's challenge to lose now. She has the 8th and final block. And the time that Elise has gone to grab that 8th block, Anna and Mac have dropped twice each. Elise places the eye, making sure that her tower is stable, that her blocks won't slide, that it won't tip over. All Elise has to do now is make it back to her balance beam. Now this is a test of focus. Everyone on 4 blocks except for Elise, who is 10 feet away from her balance beam. We've been here for over an hour now. Everyone is holding their breath for Elise right now. Elise is just 4 feet away from her balance beam. Elise has been working on this 8th block for over 10 minutes. No one is even close now. Elise moves her first foot on the beam. Elise wins individual immunity, guaranteeing herself a spot at the final tribal council. Wow, what a finish to this season. All right, after an hour and 5 minutes of trying to get those blocks stacked, Elise, immunity is yours. Come on over for the 3rd time this season, for the 2nd time in a row. Guaranteed spot in the final 3 to pitch yourself at final tribal council. The 3 of you guys will have some time to practice ahead of fire. Elise will only be picking 1 person tonight. The other 2 of you guys will be battling out in a fire making challenge. It will be like the one on the show. For now, I'll hand each of you guys a flint to practice with ahead of it. All 4 of you guys.
That's crazy, thank you.
I'll let you guys get to it. Elise, you have some big decisions to make headed into tonight. Everyone hopefully gets some practice on that flint. And I'll see you guys tonight at Tribal.
I'm gonna shave a little magnesium on it or something? That's not a shaver. Use a shaver. If this doesn't catch fire. Ooh, ooh. The cutthroat thing to do is bring Anna to the final. Have the jury have no questions that I made it out on my own, and have that be the thing that distinguishes us.
Honestly, you know, after today, I think that Elise really has it in the bag. I think my biggest worry is actually Elise winning this game. Been building the fires. It's been working out all right. So Elise just came over to watch me do fire and see how well I was doing. And I think she saw that she might have been a little scared to go against me. I think she might change up her mind and honestly give me immunity and give Mac immunity to try and do fire and fight Anna.
Right now I'm being stupid. So stupid. I'm contemplating so strongly going into fire. Like, it is genuinely all I want to do. Go in a fire against Anna, one-on-one, and whoever wins has the claim to the game. And this is the part where, you know, the emotions get mixed into it, the feelings get mixed into it, and this is the one alliance that I've never betrayed.
I don't know what Elise is gonna do. She's been throwing out some ideas. It could be me and her. It could be her and Mac. It could be any one number of those combinations. I like low-key want to make fire. We might just decide it ourselves and have us two make fire, because whichever one of us won would probably win.
Hoping I get picked to build a fire. Final four, excited to see what happens. But I think Elise is just gonna win the whole thing anyway, so congrats to Elise.
It doesn't feel right for me to be safe tonight. As much as I'm saying I've got a problem, it's like a fire in my soul.
Welcome in Final Four to the Final Four Tribal Council set. Also bringing in the members of our jury.
Smells weird.
Oliver, Claire, Katie, Liliana, Sam, and Mia voted out at the last Tribal Council. All right, we have a bit of a special evening planned here. Obviously, you guys all know we're about to have the final fire making challenge of the season. But before we get to that, obviously there's a lot of stuff we have to talk about in terms of getting to that decision and obviously the challenge today. Elise, for the second time in a row, you've won individual immunity. It's now your third individual immunity this season. What was it like, that moment that you finally win it today?
Dang, that challenge was like no joke. It was really hard to take the slow and steady approach, especially when I was moving like at a good solid cm per minute. Like you said, I took at over 15 minutes for that last block or something, but it meant a lot, and so like the time that was dedicated was worth it.
Anna, you were inches away from winning it today, just a couple of steps from getting both feet on the balance beam before eventually dropping it. Walk me through that last stretch back and then that moment when you do drop the blocks.
Honestly, that's probably one of the most focused I've ever been in my entire life. It was tough, like walking back to go pick it up. Like I kind of went there and I like had to take a breath for a second and be like, do it again, like build it again.
So Elise, you've obviously had a huge decision to make this afternoon. Were you the most popular person in the tribe today?
Oh, not at all. And I think that that makes sense given like the people who I'm sitting next to. I honestly did not know what to do with the decision. I have a problem. Like when I see like a challenge being made and I see it like right over there, you know, I'm like, this whole game, it genuinely does not feel right for me to sit here and watch a challenge happen. And then on the other hand, being told like that is stupid for you to do that. I'm just like, it doesn't sit right with me, and I don't know how to reconcile that, but we will see.
So Mac, given the huge risk that it is to make fire, it's 50-50 really. Do you think there's anyone here that wants to be in that position tonight?
Yeah, Carter does.
Yeah.
Other than Carter?
No. I mean, Elise was alluding to it a little bit, but you know, I talked to her for a little bit, and she's like, "Well, I've never done it before." I'm like, "Well, you have the necklace, so why are you gonna, you know, risk it?"
So Elise, all eyes are on you now to make a decision. And before we get to your decision, walk me through it and explain to me what factors go into it.
I think the main thing to remember, like that everyone could remember about fire, is that it's testy. So it is something to add to your resume, but at the same time, like anyone could win, anyone could lose, and that's the great part about fire, and that's the risky part about fire. So,
all right.
Okay.
Before the fire dies on us, Elise, what will your decision be? Who is going to the final three? Which two of you and which two are going to fire?
I think you could tell from that last inhale. Anna's gonna make fire against Mac tonight, and yeah.
All right, let's get to fire. All right, we have Anna on the left, Mac on the right. You guys have to build a fire high enough and hot enough to burn through your rope. Once your rope burns through, the block will fall and the flag will raise. You guys ready? All right, go. Both taking different approaches so far. Anna starting with the materials, unraveling the coconut husk. Mac working on his flint. Both of them moving quickly with the material. Anna beginning to shave off some magnesium into a pile in the center. It's a key part of fire making strategy. Mac now also shaving off magnesium into some coconut husk. Getting that first spark is the hardest part of this. Mac now trying to start his fire. Catching the magnesium, but it goes out quickly. Anna now trying to light her magnesium. Anna now putting some coconut husk back into it. It's a slow, painstaking process to start. Anna has a small fire, but it goes out. Mac, meanwhile, still trying to get a spark out of his flint. Mac trying to get his coconut husk to catch again. And he's unable to get it to catch. It's a lot harder than it looks. Everything here is super flammable. Literal coconut husk. Anna has a small fire now. All she's got to do is keep it going, make it bigger and bigger, nurture it until it can be big enough to burn through the rope. It's not easy to build that fire when it's hot and all you have are a couple twines. Mac has a lot of catching up to do now. As he looks over at Anna's flame, growing. The fires are hot, they'll burn if you aren't careful. And you also want to make sure you don't lose your flint in the fire like we had a player do last year. Ow. Anna. Fire is hot, Anna. They make it look so easy on the show. Mac, meanwhile, has nothing. All he can do is look at Anna's fire. Anna trying to build a teepee-like structure, which is not easy when there's flaming pieces of wood. Mac, meanwhile, back to scraping off magnesium. Anna slowly building her fire. Trying to build any sort of structure that will catch. She's got a teepee-like structure now. Anna's fire is getting closer and closer, but the question is, will it have enough fuel to burn high enough and hot enough to take her to the end? Slowly starting to get towards that rope. Anna now watching her fire burn. Mac, meanwhile, is still trying to get a spark. This rope seems like it might burn easily, but it takes a lot to burn through it. The rope is now on fire. Anna wins fire making. Well done. All right, so to recap, Elise had the decision tonight on who to take with her and who to go to fire. She chose Carter, guaranteeing Elise and Carter 2 of the 3 spots in the final 3, sending Mac and Anna to fire making. Anna ultimately came out on top, making the fire in 7.5 minutes, which is over 4 times faster than last year's contestants, so congratulations. Mac, unfortunately, your journey ends tonight at the final 4 after not being voted out, but losing at fire. Mac, you'll need to bring me your torch now. Mac, you did everything you could, buddy.
I didn't even get a spark, man.
The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. All right, you three, after 9 weeks, we have our final 3 in Survivor. Next time we see each other, the power will shift to the jury, which you guys played a hand in voting out. You guys have a lot to think about, to prepare, and what you're gonna say as you pitch yourself at the final tribal council next Tuesday night. Head back to campus for real this time. Good night.
A little rough after that. I mean, I'm okay with going out with fire, but just getting wiped like that, and also being the last one out hurts a little bit. But you know, now I get to vote on who wins. So you know, I had a lot of fun. You know, made a lot of new friends, so I'm happy about that. And you know, excited for next week for the vote.
I'm someone who really values strong strategic play, so I think what I want to hear from everyone is one thing that they can put their name to that they did this game. From my eyes, Carter, he's the most controversial guy. I think a lot of what he says, people roll their eyes at. He could honestly win me over, but right now I'm leaning between Elise and Anna for sure.
Realistically speaking, it's gotta be between Anna and Elise. I have to respect Carter's game for staying in, but I think some of the reasons why he was in maybe weren't because of him necessarily. It's gonna be very important to ask them like the right questions tomorrow, what they specifically did for the game. I wanna say I'm leaning towards Anna just because I think the way that she played was very cutthroat and very like admirable because she stayed in so long, never had a vote against her, was never on the wrong side of a vote. But Elise was also such a strong player as well with all of her immunities, like everything she's done. She's just a great person as well.
Elise and I had an alliance for a lot of the game, and I think she is a really like respectful player. I think she played the game really respectfully, and so I really appreciate that. Anna, she would have to convince me that she didn't just get lucky on every vote, and that she didn't just ride on everyone's coattails and kind of go on the more popular vote, and she actually had that strategy in mind.
Right now, I'm leaning towards Elise just because I've played the game most with her, so I feel like I know a lot of what she's done. I could see how Anna could sway me to vote her, but I'm also really interested in what they both have to say because I feel like they've played really close together in a way, so I'm curious to hear.
I feel like I'm 90% sure I'm voting for Anna. I'm gonna leave like 10% for Elise. I feel like Fire kind of decided it for me. I wish Elise would have been a little bit more aggressive with either having Carter go against Anna or herself going against Anna.
I'm kind of in shock that Carter made it, but like whatever, good for him I guess. Elise is a beast at everything, it's really annoying. I think Anna played a really good game.
I feel like it's more of a final 2. I still have to make up my mind on which of the 2, but
Are you leaning towards someone or?
Yes, I don't want to say who because it's like 51-49.
But I'm excited to talk to them, ask them questions tomorrow. I'm so excited to see what happens.
Welcome in, Carter. Elise, sit wherever you'd like. And Anna. Now bringing in the members of your jury. Oliver, Claire, Katie, Liliana, Sam, Mia, and unfortunately Mac will not be making it tonight. Carter, Elise, Anna, welcome to Final Tribal Council. 62 days ago, you guys started Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. You were split up, 18 of you guys, into 3 tribes based on your major. You 3 are here because you've outlasted 15 of your peers in what has been a grueling season. Tonight, the power shifts to your jury. 7 people, which you 3 had a hand in voting out, will decide which one of you deserves the title of sole survivor of Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. You will all have the opportunity for an introductory statement. I'll give you guys a moment, and then we'll get started.
Members of the jury, tonight as we gather to cast our votes, I want to reflect on the journey that has all brought us here, especially my own path through this incredible game. Firstly, I played an idol. That move wasn't just about saving myself, it was about strategically navigating the landscape of alliances, deceptions that define this game. I also knew that Anna had an idol. Information is power in this game, and knowing who holds an idol can change the dynamics of tribal council. I was considered too dangerous to even have the chance to do the fire-making challenges, and this was a true testament to my strategic prowess and respect or fear that my fellow competitors had for my capabilities.
Alright, well, good evening to all the members of the jury, the executive board, and my fellow finalists. I just realized my game is actually literally just me. Like, it is so freaking awkward, but it was also really hardworking. It was also one based on communication. It was one where I played with my heart fully, but I also made sure that my head was in it at every point that it needed to be to get me where I am. This game actually changed me much more than I realized, in the sense that, yeah, sure, maybe I didn't play the game you were looking for, and maybe I didn't play the best game, but I definitely did the best that I could at every point.
First, I just want to say I am so grateful to be sitting here. Like they've all said, this journey has been absolutely incredible, and I couldn't think of a better 17 other people to go through these last 10 weeks with. It not only made this quarter for me, but really turned my whole year around. But I told myself, just play your game to the best of my ability, which is what I did. I went in day one, and I was like, I'm going to rely on my social game. I want to make as many alliances as I can, as many friendships, as many partnerships as I can, use that, and then put myself in the position to make influential votes and to vote people out that I thought were threats. I tried everything I could to make it playing a game that I am proud of, and I think I've done that to the best of my ability, and I'm excited for the chance to prove that here tonight.
All right, it is now the jury's turn to ask their questions. We'll start with Oliver.
Carter, Elise, Anna, congratulations. You guys did what none of us could do, none of 17 others could do, and make it to the final 3. I think I could speak for a lot of people here. Our minds are open tonight. Firstly, I want to hear, kind of describe one move that you made personally that changed the course of the game and got you to where you are. We'll start with Carter.
I think my biggest strong point was the social game. I feel like I was kind of a deciding factor in a lot of votes, which helped me at the long run.
I could say a lot about my strategic game. Every single vote, I wasn't just thinking about who I was voting with or who would be left in the game. It was who were the people left in the game who would be able to cross over the boundaries that they'd formed in their alliances to work with each other. But I think my biggest strategic move came when I gave up individual immunity in order to secure a deal. So during that bucket challenge, I know everyone was kind of wondering what was the deal. I cut a deal with Anna to make sure that she voted out one of her #1 alliances, if not me, which was Sam. And so that secured my immunity for the next couple of votes.
I wanted to cut a deal with Elise because at that point there was 6 people left, and I had an immunity idol. That guaranteed my spot in the final 4, and I was like, if I don't have to outlast her, I just have to outplay her in that situation.
Okay. First off, congrats, honestly, to all 3 of you. So my first question is for Carter. You said that if you went home tonight, at least you played a great game. And then what you were talking about as well with the big moves that you've made being finding an idol and then playing your idol. When I called you that night and told you to play your idol, you go, Claire, no, I promise you they're not voting me. I do not want to play my idol tonight. And I had to spend the next 5 minutes convincing you it was the right move to play your idol. It wasn't your move. What do you think are the specific moves that you've made that demonstrate you've played a good game and deserve the votes from us tonight?
I think the whole point of the game is to play throughout the whole thing. I don't think one deciding move is going to sit there and just eliminate whether or not I played a good game or not.
Oh, good. You played a really strong game, especially physically. Was there ever a specific time when you took charge post-challenge and pushed for someone to get voted out?
Every single name that I heard, every single vote, I got the name that I wanted out. With the exception of that one time that Sam played the idol, Also, there was that one time that Mac and Anna and I were gonna vote together and get Sam out. And both of them tried to switch the vote onto Clara at the last minute because he had run his mouth a lot in Tribal. And I made sure that the person I needed to get out would get out because I was not as scared of Clara as I was of Sam.
Okay, finally, Anna, you were really never on the wrong side of the vote. I don't think your name ever got written down one single time. How did you decide when to go against people, and what did you do following going against people to like get them to trust you again?
There's riding the middle and then there's playing the middle, and I wanted to play the middle. I was able to both decide who I wanted out that night and then also keep either tribe from getting too strong, because the tribes fighting really did help me in the end because it kept me in that position in the middle.
Okay, so my first question is for Elise. So with Fire, you chose to bring Carter to the end. When we were talking on the jury, we all kind of thought that like Anna and you played the best game. So it makes sense why you put Anna on to do the Fire. Why didn't you put Carter against Anna to beat her?
Long and short, Anna was my #1 alliance, and trust and honesty mattered a lot to me in this game.
I wanted to prove that I was here on my own merits. Like, we had a strong alliance this whole game, and when it came down to it, as scary as it was putting my life on the line when she offered me that spot in the final 3, I wanted to be here because of what I did.
Okay, I'm going to get straight into my questions. I'd like to know more during the Tribal Council when Ben was voted out, who flipped and who didn't, and why.
We knew where the votes were going, so we tied the vote on purpose to then go to a revote to then vote Ben out because we thought that was strategically the better play.
On the engineering tribe, everyone also thought I was their number. Like, Miranda put her heart out there.
This question is specifically for Carter. During the Tribal Council, when you played your idol and it was between Isaiah and I, why did you choose to take out Isaiah when he was one of the strongest people physically on the Vari team?
He was a boy. At the end of the day, that would have been me as the only boy left, which would have been great. While Claire will claim that it was her being able to make that decision, I also made it myself. That secured my spot as the only boy on that tribe, which helped me stay in there throughout the end.
First off, congratulations to all 3 of you. Seriously, I think you are all here for a reason. I think you all played respectable games. I know it was already brought up once. It was Elise's decision to who to bring to Fire, but I want to circle back because I feel like you kind of went halfway. Like, you either could have put Anna in and then put her against the #1 fire-making pyromaniac himself, Carter Strauss, and really give her a run for her money, or take her to the end by choosing her and having Mac and Carter go. But instead, you put Anna against Mac.
I mean, yeah, I didn't want Anna to get out, but also I didn't want her to have the opportunity to like have a super showy Fire showdown, you know? And I asked Mac and he was like, I lit a fire when I was in kindergarten. I just, didn't want Anna to get out.
What would your decision have been if you were in Elise's shoes? Would you have made the same decision?
I think I would have taken Elise.
Okay. You wouldn't have put Elise against Carter?
No, I think I would have taken Elise in the name of our alliance, but also in the name of wanting to have the strongest play. Then she doesn't have fire to go off of, like I have fire to go off of.
First off, good job, guys. I'm still mad at all of you for voting me out and saying that you weren't, but like it's whatever at this point in the day. So we'll start with Carter. Why do you think anyone should vote for you right now on the jury, given that you kind of like still haven't said what you've done in this game?
I voted most of you guys out. Again, I will say it again over and over again. I'm a deciding vote. I was a deciding vote.
Okay, but you're a deciding vote because people knew that you'd go along with them. Like, I don't think that makes you.
I feel like that's the opposite. I actually feel like it's between those two that I had that.
Okay, I think you're good. Okay, Elise, do you feel like you made the right choice with Fire after Sam's question?
I do.
Why?
Because I mean, I like Anna as a person, and like I know everyone's supposed to be scared of like winning this game, but I wanted to play a game that I was proud of, and I really did, and that was one of the highlights where I get to sit next to Anna, who I promised like a final 2 alliance with no matter what.
Okay, Anna, how good of an all-around player do you think you are, like with the outwitting, outlasting, and outplaying aspects of Survivor?
I think that I tried my best to do all 3 pretty well. With the outwit, I wanted to play a very, very social game. Not just that, but also with idol play. I found the clue to Sam's idol. I didn't end up finding that idol. And I found the clue to another idol, and I found that idol. But the thing is, I didn't even need to play outplaying people. I worked so hard in challenges. I think I have 2 individual immunities to show for it, but I don't think that's it. I think it's in every challenge that I went to. And then outlasting, I think, just comes down to just the numbers game, like being able to vote every person out that I wanted to vote out. I voted, every single person I voted for got out that day. Making it all the way to the end and then putting my game on fire just proves that I could be here and I could outlast and I could outplay and outwin.
Thank you, jury, for all of your thoughtful questions. Thank you to you 3 for providing, hopefully, the correct answers. You guys will each now have the opportunity to conclude this final tribal council by pitching one last time why you believe you should be the winner of Survivor Santa Clara. Season 2 will start with Carter.
You know, I think there's a lot of hate towards the fact that I really didn't play as much of a game. I think while I might not have outplayed, I clearly outlasted. I'm still here for a reason. I played that social game well. Like I've said before, I do think that they played a great game. They definitely outplayed a lot, but they didn't really do that social game. They made it here. They did a great job, but they never really put anybody's names out. They didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, this was like an experience like nothing else. Like I think in terms of outwitting, outlasting, and outplaying, I think I definitely did all 3 of those things. In terms of strategy, I had a lot of strategic moves, and if we had a lot more time to talk about it, I would tell you more about it. I think once I realized that I'd have a chance in the challenges, I really put my all into it, and I think that I deserve to win because I gave this game everything that I have, and I think that was enough at a lot of points.
This game has been absolutely insane from day one. I think my strategy, like I said earlier, was not riding the middle but playing the middle. I was able to work with people multiple times in a row, but perhaps maybe not for 1 vote, but still not be deemed too much of a threat too early on. And then when it came to it, when there was around 7 people left, I won immunity again, and then I had the idol. So I secured my spot from 7 onwards. From 7, 6, 5, I was good till the final 4, and I really gave everything I had to this game, and it's just been an amazing experience. So,
well, thank you, you 3, for those concluding remarks. For the last time this season, it is time to vote. This time, you 3 will not be voting. It will be the jury that votes. Oliver, you're up.
And I think you really hurt your game by saying you would have made the same move as Elise and Fire. And Elise, I said I'd never write your name down, but I think you're pretty great for this one.
I think both Elise and Anna, you 2 have played incredible games, but my vote's gonna be Anna.
Okay, for the last time, we'll go tally the votes. After 62 days, 15 people being voted out, it is my last time to read the votes. This time, you want to hear your name because I am reading names for a winner. You guys ready? All right. First vote, Anna. Second vote, Elise. Anna. Fourth vote, Elise. We're tied again. 2 votes Anna, 2 votes Elise. the winner of Survivor Santa Clara Season 2, Anna. Past players, you guys can come. Jury, you guys can come. Everyone can come talk. All right, a crazy season of Survivor Santa Clara capped tonight. Anna winning 4-2. From the very beginning of the merge, the engineers were on the bottom. In the end, the only two people to receive votes at the end, Anna and Elise, engineers who have been together since day 4 when they voted out Ben. We'll be right back with the reunion show. All right, it's surreal to see everyone here back together for the first time since April 3rd, when we were all together 62 days ago in front of Swig, in front of Dunn, trying to solve the 4 cubes. A lot has happened since then, a lot of friendships, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of struggle, but I just want to say as the host, it's been such a pleasure this season to get to know every single one of you guys. So thank you all for such an incredible season. So I have some questions for all of you guys, some of them about your game, some of them less about your game. But yeah, so we'll start with the winner, Anna and Elise. This is a question for both of you. You two were allies pretty much from before the merge, and that's something that none of the jury really picked up on even yesterday, except maybe Katie. Not everyone realized, but I'm just wondering if you guys could talk a little bit more about your guys' relationship, both in the game and outside of the game.
Yeah, that was definitely something we meant to do. Like we kept it super down low, and honestly, we kept saying like, I'm surprised that no one's caught on. Like,
raise of hand if you felt closer with Anna or Elise than you thought they were to each other at any point in this game.
Come on, raise your hand. You thought so. Let's be real.
Most people post-merge seem to think that they were closer to one of you two than you were to each other. Now, to you guys, was this true?
1,
no.
2.
Sorry. 3,
No.
No.
Yeah. To be so honest.
All right. Now going back to the very beginning of this game, Inba. Unfortunately, someone has to be the first person voted out of Survivor Santa Clara. No one wants to be that person, unfortunately, but someone had to be it. So what was the feeling that night?
Yeah, you're bringing all of it back. Yep. Humiliation, embarrassment, no. It's proud to see that, some engineers made it all the way up there, and that's super cool. But yeah, someone had to get voted out, and I guess it was me, unfortunate for me, but yeah, I don't know, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I just remember like the
You're a good sport about it. Shay, you were the second person voted out, and it seems, at least from the outside after watching everyone's confessionals, and we knew going into this vote that it would be you, that you were pretty much targeted just because you were an underclassman on your tribe. Is this something that you felt in the game and could sense? Did you know it was you going into that night?
Yeah, I knew it was me. It sucked. There was like a few hours leading up to it, I was like, ugh, it's literally me. But I didn't know people, like I didn't know everyone as well as everyone in my tribe knew each other before. And so, yeah, I felt like it was a little bit because I was like the only freshman and I didn't know everyone that well.
Yeah.
Cole.
I got Austin one.
Throughout the time that you were playing this game, you were definitely one of the light-hearted souls, always happy, always smiley, always singing in your confessionals. It was a joy to watch you play. What was it like to be able to play the game? And then also, what do you wish you had been able to accomplish, and what would you change if you could?
I went into the game with like a mindset of, I want to play in a game where I was really proud of how I played, but I also had some like bucket items. I did not get any of those done I wanted to, one, make the merge. That did not happen. Beat Miranda. That also didn't happen. And I don't know. I really enjoyed my time playing. I wish I got farther because everyone here is genuinely so fun to talk to.
Reed, this season you were one of the most vocal players at challenges. I don't think that's a secret to anyone here.
I don't think so.
In the group chat.
Was that part of your Was that part of your strategy in the game? Is that the kind of person you are? Just tell me about that aspect of your game.
It is the kind of person I am. I'm a very talkative person. I love to like make jokes, and so I know that the one challenge that kind of sealed my fate was when I was up there on the balance beam with a captive audience. I just couldn't resist. I'll go out there, I'll be myself, I'll try and be lighthearted, and you know, if people like me, then hopefully they won't vote me out. Which turns out it backfired a little bit. But you know what? I'll take it as I was just too gosh darn funny. They were afraid of me.
Ben.
What's up, Jules?
Obviously we're very close. We've lived together for I think everyone knows this, for 3 years now. So I obviously get to hear a lot about your game. You were on the chopping block pretty much every single vote for the engineering tribe, and that was pretty much like the first 4 votes of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously the night that you went home, it was talked about at Final Tribal Council, Elise and Anna make the decision to flip on you. Do you think they made the right decision that night to get rid of you?
I mean, they're there and I'm here, so it kind of speaks for itself.
So my next question, do you have any regrets about your game?
Honestly, no. I think overall, like for the short game that I did play, it was pretty good. I would say in the moment, I definitely regret it because I got back home and realized exactly what I should have said in that moment, to what I thought.
Miranda, you were on the other side of that. You survived that night, and honestly, from an outside perspective, we were like, holy smokes, Miranda pulled off this crazy move. You know, she's setting herself up really well, and then unfortunately, it all comes crashing down with the tribe swap. And it was a joy to watch you. It's such a strategic threat, seeing your confessionals.
I appreciate that. I like to think that I was strategic, but you know, I didn't make it very far. That night with the tie was so insane. Talked to Elise literally as we were walking over to travel together and got her to admit to me that she was planning to vote me out.
It wasn't the hottest thing in the world. It wasn't that hot. She just asked me. I was like,
Ben goes to vote, and Anna and Elise go to whisper to each other, and I kind of go over and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And Elise was like, can we have a second to talk? So literally, I turn around, I have my hands over my ears like this, and they're over there whispering, and I'm like, the middle tribal, Ben is down there voting, putting my name down, and I'm sitting here like, so I'm glad I got one crazy night.
Isaiah, you were voted out in one of the biggest votes of the season. Obviously, Carter playing his idol to save himself after the whole puzzle piece debacle, and you at Tribal Council saying, when the votes are tied, I can't believe I almost got sniped, and then they revote and take you out. And you did get sniped.
It honestly took me by surprise. Like, I was pretty paranoid about getting sniped, but the whole, I guess, like, Claire part of it totally took me by surprise. Like, I would say I felt like that was the beginning of, like, an uptick in how the game was being played, especially what happened next with Oliver.
Obviously, I know you are close with Sam, you're close with Ben. Were you ever planning on working with them in this game? What was your relationship to those people?
If I had survived that night, I think me and Sam would have really, like, kind of locked in. We were both kind of just trolling. I think Sam definitely picked it up after seeing me, I think, get murked.
All right, moving on to Oliver. You got voted out in one of the most talked about moves this season. I think this is when the game really picked up. Obviously, this move involved you, it involved Sam, it involved Mia, it involved Bella. Pretty crazy play that night. Just walk me through that night from your perspective, then finding out what happens that night, and then also for people that might not know what happened that night.
Bella goes to Sam and makes up this whole plot scheme about how me, Mia, and Bella had a secret alliance since before the game started, and that it was going to be me and Mia voting for Sam that night, when I put all my trust in Sam to vote for Bella.
So Sam, I want to hear your perspective of what happened that night for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty low point for me, like, in the game. I mean, Anna was in the room. She had Mac, like, get on a phone call with us three in Anna's dorm, and then she was also showing me pictures of Mia, Oliver, and Bella all together. So, I mean, like, it doesn't sound, like, super believable if you're not in that spot, but...
Very well crafted.
Claire, headed into the merge, you were one of the strongest players, and you had a couple of really powerful votes. You were starting to gain momentum, and then it all came crashing down, and you got voted out pretty early in the merge. What do you think was the downfall of your game?
Ooh, Carter. Sorry. No, it's okay. Lean back. We're best friends now. It's okay. See, we're good now. No, okay. Genuinely, the downfall of my game, I think, was like just making a big move too early. I think realistically, Carter probably would have considered playing as idol, like, without me instigating it.
So, 100%, I will give it to you. Like, now that the game is over and I'm not trying to convince people of anything, yeah, I was not planning on playing it at all.
All right, Katie, just like Claire, you were another player. You guys actually played very similar games, I feel like, once the merge started, at least from an outsider's perspective. What do you think was the defining moment for you this season?
I think it's honestly hard for me to like pinpoint like the moment that like got me out in this game. Carter says it was because I was on multiple phone calls with people at the time. I was. I think I played a strong game, and I'm happy with how it ended up. I was like telling people outside the game it was my favorite part of senior year, and that like I made some really good friendships out of it. And like that's my goal coming into this game, was to make some friendships. And I think if I played the game differently, I might not have those friendships. So I'm happy with it.
Liliana, you were the other player this season that got sniped by an idol. And I don't think a lot of people realize the really quiet, low-key, sneaky game that you were playing. If you did make it through that vote, what was your plan going forward?
I felt like if I had made it through that vote, that I was guaranteed.
No.
Welcoming the 7th member of our jury, Mac.
I made it.
All right, so another question a little bit less related to the game. One of the things that I've heard from exec is that you knew about Santa Clara Survivor before you decided to come here, and that was something you were looking forward to doing when you got here. Okay, so could you tell me a little bit about that story briefly?
Yeah.
And what it was like getting to play?
Yeah. So I had visited Santa Clara, and I like signed up for the tour and student panel, and so it was Gabby who was at that student panel, and someone asked her a question like, oh, what clubs are you a part of? And she had mentioned Santa Clara Survivor, and I was like, oh, she has me sold. Like I'm a huge fan of Survivor. I watch it all the time with my grandparents, and so also like my grandpa was with me when I toured the school, so like he was like, oh my gosh, awesome, and I'm like, you know what, I want to play.
Sam, you had a crazy character arc from the outside perspective this season. You start this season obviously pretty slow. Arts and Sciences doesn't have to really go to too many tribal councils. There's obviously the whole move with Oliver and Bella. You turned it around, to be fair to you. So yeah, tell me about your Survivor journey from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think Isaiah said it well, like, we were kind of just trolling. But yeah, like, I felt like there was a point, I think after the Bella vote, where I was like, shoot, like, I could either, like, roll over and just, like, kind of give up, or I could turn around and, like, really start playing the game. I'm very happy with, like, how my game turned out. I just felt like a pawn on a chessboard at one point, and I think I developed into a like actual piece on the board, so like that was cool. Like that was.
Pawns can turn into queens, Sam.
Pawns can turn into queens. Yeah, chess 101.
Mia, you had the most votes written against you of anyone sitting here this season. That was 12 times.
Really?
Across 8 tribal councils. Why do you think that was?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Like, I asked every single person up here that's written my name down. Even Max said, I have no idea why I put your name down so many times. I don't even know how many times you put my name down, but it's
every vote.
Yeah. I think everybody's super cool here. I actually would love to get to know everybody better, but obviously there's a lot of seniors leaving. But I think it was nice to get to know everybody, become better friends.
Mac, Yeah. We have to talk about one of the most chaotic plays this season. That's when you are literally given a clue to a hidden immunity idol. You proceed to show your entire tribe, and then somehow we leave that challenge and the clue is not even in your hands.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so because it was during the Waldo challenge, and when I caught Colin, I was so out of breath that I didn't hear anything he was saying, and then just like was starting texting people like, I have the key or whatever I need, like let's go, and then I think Bella and Claire realized what it was and then just took it out of my hand.
All right, next topic for you. You were not voted out. You lost in fire making. What was it like to go out in fire after playing the game that you did?
You know, honestly, I think that's the way I would have preferred, was to lose in fire than to be voted out. So, you know, to lose to the eventual winner in fire is something that I'm okay with.
All right, moving on to Carter. So, I just want to touch up on something that I'm not sure the cast knows, but which is your motivation for playing Survivor and your knowledge about Survivor coming into this season.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like, I love games. I love playing games. It turned into much more of a social game than I expected it to be honest. Like, I was more just like, let's play the games, and then I realized, oh my god, I'm not as good at the games as I thought.
And by games, you mean the challenges?
The challenges, yes. 100%. I thought I was going to be way better at the challenges, and then it was all like balance, and Elise and Anna just crushed it. So I had to play that social game. But, I mean, I had no idea, to be honest. I never watched the show till a week before we were going to play Survivor, and I was like, I need to binge watch this to understand what I'm supposed to do. And, you know, I helped out a little bit, but, you know, not enough to win, so.
All right, Elise, did you think you would get this into Survivor when you signed up to do it and at the beginning?
Okay, I called my mom for the first time in like 2 months yesterday. Yesterday evening, and I have not updated them on anything that I was playing Survivor. But the moment that I like mentioned the word Survivor, she was like, I have no idea what that show is. But wasn't that thing like you used to like watch like as a kid and like want to be an engineer for? And I was like, yeah. That was crazy. So I mean, I was ready to give up on it because I didn't think I was gonna make it far. I don't know, it's weird being halfway across the world trying to communicate with people. I was ready for this game to be like completely against me. And at many points it was, but I think the people here were like genuinely so great that I like had no choice but to like start playing hard to get to know them better. And I was like, that was my only goal, like to get to know everyone better. And I'm like, once like I saw everyone like slowly buy in and you know like people show up on time to the challenges, I was like, okay, it's okay to care about this thing.
Last person, Anna. So I can't memorize this. So here's some facts about Anna's game. You won 2 individual immunities. You were the deciding vote for 4 tribal councils. You were on the right side of the votes 11 out of 11 times this season. Yeah. You won the fire making competition in 7.5 minutes. And you found an idol. So as a freshman playing this game, is this something that you thought you were capable of? Is this the game you expected you were going to be able to play?
That's a great question. I think I went into it wanting to play a great game. I really tried to not hedge my bets ever. I think that was one thing. I was always like, I never wanted to feel comfortable because I knew as soon as I felt comfortable, that's when I was going home. I think Elise kind of said it, is like once everyone else felt like they bought in, like I 100% did, it wouldn't have been the same had half the people decided to like not care. But I think that's what made it so special, is like I got to care because everyone else cared, and I think that's just the best thing that could have happened. For sure.
I could not agree more, and I don't think there's any better way we could end this season than with that. Congratulations to all of you guys for finishing Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. Like I said, it's truly been our pleasure to be able to watch you guys play, to watch you guys become friends, to watch you guys stab each other in the back, and to finally crown an engineer as our winner of Survivor Santa Clara Season 2. That's all I have for you guys, and for the last time, head back to campus. Good night.
Shout out our host. That's a wrap.